This is another episode of Four Guys with Quarters, and today we have a very special guest, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and explain where he's from if you haven't heard of him yet. But real quick, just going to run down the panel before we give the special guest the spotlight. We have with us today a famous panel member from Chicago, the Hulk of Chicago, who's always working out when he's not playing. But look at that! Look at those muscles, Midway Monster. What's going on, buddy?
I'm actually trying to turn into David Banner, so it's cutting season. So that's my season. So what's going on, everybody? Midway 7 Monster. Hope everyone's having a good week. Happy post MLK Day. Cog, first time ever with you. Very excited.
Hello,
especially with our little tweets about the gym and the gaming and all that stuff. Awesome.
I see you repping the Iron Lord thing to the fullest. I love that. Continue.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That Mama Rocks, welcome to another show. Almost starting to think you're wearing out your welcome a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Look what I do. Fun speculation. This will be fun to speculate about today. And then, Clowns, you look 100 times better than what you sounded last week. So, glad you're feeling better, hopefully. And then it took me like a month to get rid of my cough, I swear. And then, let's get going. Let's get into these topics. Have a good time.
Sounds good, man. And we also have the amazing Mama Rocks with us today. What's going on, Mama?
Hello.
Mama.
Not much going on. Still stuck at home in lockdown. Fun times, but I'm getting through it. I'm looking forward to speaking about stuff.
So glad to hear it.
Things.
Speak you will.
Yeah.
And we have one of the best Halo players in Community Game Night, I think, with us today. AK Fun Speculation. You know, every time I play with him, it's either him or 3-Bit that is killing me, like, nonstop. Like, I can't hide from them. They're just too good at that game. All the Halos, like, everyone we played, I'm getting slapped by them. I can't hide. I hide behind a tree, I'm getting sniped. I hide behind a mountain, I'm getting, like, meleeed. I mean, you just can't run from these guys. What's up, Mav?
Hey, how's it going? That's probably the best intro I've ever received, and an amazing compliment. Thank you, man. Anything to do with Halo, I am definitely excited to be mentioned in. So, props to you. Now, compared to 3-Bit, though, I am nothing. That guy is insane. So, but yeah, man, I am excited to be here for the first time. I'm getting to actually speak to Lord Cognito, so I'm super excited about that. We had King David on, and I got to talk to him the next day on another podcast as well. So this is awesome being able to talk to you, sir. Also, Midway, my man, and Mama. We kind of got off topic last time. We started talking about everything but video games, to do with UK and food, I think.
Fun talking about Poundland.
Yeah. Dollar stores in the UK. They're called Poundland and Pound General. But hey, this week, Clowns, you sent us a long list of topics that I think is going to be fun to talk about. So let's get to it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we have the man, the myth, the legend, one of the Iron Lords himself. Everybody bend that knee and bow in honor of Lord Cognito. What's going on, man?
Clowns, what's up, brother, man? Long overdue, man. Good to see the growth. First of all, thanks for the invite. You know, that's number one. Like to see what you're doing. I like the positivity. And I like the panel. I'm liking what I'm seeing in here. We got some faces that I've talked to kind of briefly, but it's the first time podcasting. Monster, you already know what it is, man. We've been building for a little bit, so this is good to kind of talk to you live. Fun speculation again, first time, man. Really respect what you're doing out here. And Mama Rocks, my first time ever.
It is our first time.
Yes. So salute. This is fun. Can't wait. We got some good topics, good show. The Lord's in the building. Let's have some fun.
Just don't tell Attic what I said about him. I mean, wait, what? Is this live?
But you know, I'll say this. if Mav passed the test with King twice and he hasn't gotten thrown in the bushes yet, I mean, he's passing that test, man.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. No
Is
knees being
that
collected
the
on him or
barometer?
nothing, huh?
Right on, man.
So, I mean, for the very first topic, let's go ahead and just get into it. I saw that Rockstar patented some new NPC technology, and it just sounds. I mean, it sounds really cool to me, to be honest with you, that they're patenting some type of new video game technology. On the other hand, I don't know if they're gonna end up charging other companies if they ever try to use this or sue them and whatnot. Whatever, however the industry works these days. But the fact is, it sounds like some pretty cool technology going on. And I want to talk about it a little bit, I sent you guys the article. Have you guys had a chance to read it?
yeah.
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 So-
look.
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you think about this, man?
I mean, it's exciting. I mean, for me personally, like any type of advancements in like AI or in this case NPC is really stuff I'm looking for. To be honest, like with a lot of this next gen stuff, I don't feel we've gotten a lot of truly groundbreaking gameplay or I would say like mechanic. I remember like last gen. Remember when the Nemesis system came out? For what is it, Shadow of Mordor and all that stuff. I remember those as kind of little moments. We've had little pieces here and there, but I've kind of felt the generations have kind of topped out, and it's all been about the graphics, the resolution, yada yada yada. But this stuff really sounds cool. You know what I mean? As far as just an expansion on this, the NPC. They talk about behaviors. They talking about not limited by like hardware and software limitations, which is super impressive. So if that's the case, you're taking off that overhead from the physical hardware if they're able to implement this. That sounds cool. That means like developers can really put resources at other places. So this is exciting. This is news to me. I'm glad you brought it to my attention. So when I was checking this out, I'm excited. Any advancements in tech and AI and NPCs to make the game feel more real, I'm all about. So sounds real cool.
Yeah, that definitely sounds really cool to me too, because it's almost like these characters can now judge how to drive properly. So maybe you'll be walking in the intersection, actually not going to get hit anymore. So that's a plus, right? To me, it says that the technology is getting better for game companies in general, and maybe we'll see a lot more smart technology in video games going forward. The characters know how to accelerate, brake, avoid traffic. That is kind of cool. I mean, there's so many possibilities with that.
Well, real cars can do it in real life. Why can't video game cars, right?
Exactly.
I mean, Tesla could do it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys hear. There's a little bit of feedback on a mic. I don't know who.
Yeah, I hear it.
Wonder if it's me.
It sounds like a bee.
Yeah, it sounds like a bee flying around. But while that's getting dealt with, I know it's just for like a certain aspect of NPC, which is driving, but I'm kind of curious if it will leak over into like pedestrian or even like action scenes and stuff like that, because that would be amazing. I still remember the first time I felt like immersed was actually The Division, when these guys were creeping up on me and I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I flashed my shotgun at him and he actually went, hey, like he actually flinched. I was like, whoa. I was like, that was awesome. And then, they got Alex and all that stuff. So I mean, like that was like a step forward to me when it came to like video game NPC. And I believe NPC actually creates more immersion than the actual like action and fighting scenes and graphics and all that stuff. Like it's got these guys. I mean, how many times are you like, man, these guys are stupid? Like you gotta like you gotta like kind of like if it's a co-op game and you gotta deal with the other guy and he's just kind of like just a basic like stay behind you type guy and just like support. I mean this is definitely to me a good change and advancement for not just, well, I guess this could be for, I mean maybe they're doing it for the cars and for the driving, but maybe they see how it's going and they're like, all right, let's take this further. Let's get this into the action and let's get the people start flipping you off and stuff or something. It's create that. That's how I feel like the immersion will be even better.
Agreed.
Yeah, dude. I think like it kind of sounds like what Xbox was talking about in 2013 a little bit. If you really rewind the clock and how they kept talking about the cloud and how it's going to be able to do all this stuff and change the game, and they're going to be able to implement stuff that's happening outside of the console and happen in game, and we never really saw it. I remember Crackdown was supposed to be the game that was going to showcase this new technology world, right?
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember the whole thing, like people were making fun of it. They kept talking about the power of the cloud, right?
Yeah.
But
Crackdown 3.
I mean, this is really kind of sort of the same thing. I mean, that it says the system is described to work via a cloud network communicating with player consoles. That's really the same kind of system that they're talking about implementing it. The thing is now it's 7 years later, and we've seen implementation of that. Flight Simulator is one game that's using that with real satellite data to pump into the game, right? Stuff like this is becoming a real possibility in games, and that's something we kind of never really thought before, that hey, these games aren't going to be relegated to the power of the consoles anymore, like with so much. So they can concentrate more on the graphics and all this stuff and all this load of like AI and maps and all that stuff you can just have pumped in. That's exactly what they were talking about in 2013.
Yep. I remember with Titanfall 1, they were trying to say that too. Remember with the AI or whatever, the little robots or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah, heck yeah, man. And now it's actually seeming like other companies are getting behind this, and it's going to be a thing. And that, like, I'm trying to wrap my head around exactly everything they're talking about, because it's pretty crazy. Like understanding acceleration. I mean, just like that. I mean, that's like impressive. And you're talking about, stuff that can make things feel real, and it's not just about how it looks or how it feels, but make it seem real, and it takes all that, you talk about that uncanny valley and stuff with graphics. If stuff isn't seem real, but with the movements and anticipation and how characters are acting, then none of that stuff matters. This kind of stuff is going to change the game. So I'm excited to see what comes of it, but we got to see it, we got to see it now.
Does that mean I'm not going to get run over anymore?
Possibly.
Cyberpunk could use this. Because
I was
when I loaded
say
in
that.
Cyberpunk, the first thing I noticed was like a car just whizzed by me and run over 3 people and hit a hot dog stand or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got in trouble for it. Because I couldn't drive on there at first. So I'm driving everywhere and I knock over about 5 people. Next thing I know, I've got the cops on me. I literally done a runner like down the road. I've never hid so quick. Oh,
hey, the NPC dropped the car. Because I'm afraid how many dropped a cigarette, so he's got to pick it up. He didn't see you.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, well, that's good, man. It's great for immersion.
Yeah, I would really think it'd be cool in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you see another plane flying overhead, you try to crash into it, it just automatically avoids you and be like, it says something over the airwaves, like get the hell out of here or something. That'd be kind of cool. Or they bring in some UFO DLC and like aliens start trying to talk to you. I don't know. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless with this one, though. To be honest, it's something that's really cool. And I'd like to use this technology to hug Craig the Brute and Halo Infinite and get him to like smile back at me as I hug him. Because he looks like a big teddy bear.
You are in control.
That's a little too much.
I don't play
Halo. Oh, man.
We already discovered that last week, Mama, and I think every week you've mentioned now that you have never played Halo. I think you're just trying.
Hey, I didn't bring it up first. That was clowns. I just said that I didn't know that. I thought it was cute.
Speaking of Halo, real quick, while we're on the topic, on Saturday, Mr. Tushy is doing a community game night, and he is doing Halo as one of the games. and there's a whole bunch of people that play. Anywhere from like 12 to 20 people usually get in there and they play. So I think this week even members from Game Beyond the Box is going to join in. So there's going to be a lot of people playing Halo. If anybody's looking to play some Master Chief or get into it or any of the Halos, check it out. And then Mav also usually does a game night on Friday nights, usually with Halo as well. So, Iron Lords, man, you guys got to drop in once in a while. I know you're grinding that Destiny.
Oh, yeah, no, we rock with Fork and them. We did, it was season gaming behind the box, and us, we rocked out with them on Halo. We did Halo, almost like a mix up. Like a different maps, different modes. Your boy Ainsley Bowden's a beast, though, man. Fun speculation. You need to get in there, man. The boys, they was getting. I was like in the top 3.
I'm there on Saturday.
Yeah,
me
you gotta
and
get.
my wife are both going to be there.
Nice. Yeah, they get it popping. Destiny's my thing, but I had to dust off a little bit of old Halo skills.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not that much different, right? I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Because it's certain things you gotta get used to. I mean, Bungie's back in the day, like the especially the pistol, the weapon, is more balanced. You know what I'm saying? Just more of a balance, the arena shooter, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun. But yeah, shout out to the Game Behind the Box and those guys fucking it. They really do cool things with the community, get everybody to play together.
Oh, and clowns, we got Fork Boy to buy PGA Tour 2K21, and he loves it. Clowns, I think you should yeah. No more golf with friends, man. You got to get onto that PGA Tour 2K21.
It's good.
Listen, man, golf with friends is where it's at. I don't know what everybody's thinking. I mean,
is it though?
It is, because here's the reason. Here's my reason behind this, right? I mean, everybody get behind this, right? So a PGA Golf Tour, I mean, you're in the simulation of playing like real golf, which many people might play, but very few might get into professionally, because it's very competitive to get in there professionally. With mini golf, if you practice, you have a chance. There are mini golf tournaments at many places. Sometimes you get a free ice cream cone, you get a free drink if you win.
I like how you know about all the perks with this. This is hilarious. This man said, if you go do this, you can get this free you get this free that.
Living in
for the perks.
Florida is like the mini golf course land of the world.
And anybody that calls a game putt-putt, I can't take seriously.
Do they have like the good ones with like the big stuff, like windmills and like
I love the windmill ones.
Yeah.
In Florida, we have big mini golf courses, like 18, 25 holes, and they got like pirates on them, and they go, as you hit the ball through some of the stuff. And the windmills.
How'd that go?
Do that again?
They talk like that. And then sometimes like the obstacle courses are so unique that they actually hit the ball back at you.
And
nobody ever told me I was bad at it. It's really the opposite. It's really the opposite. I mean,
it's all about fun.
That's why Golf with Friends. You guys got to check it out, play it with me, and become a golf champion. And speaking of that, Golf with Friends is, of course, in Game Pass, and that brings us right into the next topic, actually, is that, I mean, the Game Pass games for January that have been revealed look phenomenal. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm excited about a lot of these, especially on January 28th. So I'll run down the list with you guys. So January 21st, Control is coming on PC as well, and we already have it in the Game Pass on the system. Desperados 3, I believe that game's very recent. It's coming to Xbox Cloud, console, and PC. Donut County, which you've seen a lot of jokes today, probably on Twitter. Same thing, Android, console, PC. Wilds is coming to Xbox Cloud, finally, Android. And January 26th, this is going to be an awesome game, guys. Cyber Shadows, made by Yacht Club. If you remember Yacht Club, they did Shovel Knight.
Yes.
So this is like a retro throwback, kind of like ninja style game. And I love those.
Already got my attention. Let's go.
Yes. I'm excited for it. It's free, guys. If you have Game Pass, all this stuff, remember, it's free. Then January 28th, man, you got that big title coming that everybody's really excited about called The Medium. Come on, man. Everybody wants to get in that. It's Xbox Series X, S, and PC. And then another great thing, and Phil's been, the whole Xbox team and Phil's been working really hard on this. Yakuza, man. The remastered collection, 3, 4, and 5. That's coming to xCloud, console, and PC. Tell me how cool that is, because that's 3 games in one collection. If you're a Yakuza fan, this is a big deal, because the only other place you could play it was PC a little bit, and then PlayStation. But now Xbox is getting them all in Game Pass. You guys didn't even have to buy them in Game Pass. $1, as King would tell you, $1, and you could play these games, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, clowns, whose pocket are you in? I'm just kidding.
Listen, man, let the man sell that. Let the man work.
Nobody's pocket, but I love Yakuza. So,
I'll tell you who isn't in our pocket. Microsoft with that brilliant Game Pass. It is awesome. Although, I would say I never really got into the Yakuza games when they came out, so that'll be a good collection to get into. I already have a backlog, so thanks Game Pass for giving me more.
Yes.
The Medium, look, I know the hype of the Medium, but I'm not really big on horror.
Did you see the latest live action trailer in the 14 gameplay footage?
I saw the live action trailer, and it was pretty sick the way the girl was being hung up on the wall with nobody touching her. That was pretty cool.
That was badass.
I just know that I would run the other way. I wouldn't be going into the problem. So, I mean that I'm gonna have to just grin it and bear it and just put the head down and do it.
Gotta buckle down.
Yeah, right. So I mean, all the other games. I mean, I don't really have a PC. I got control on. I didn't get the was it the next generation one? I got the OG one. So it is what it is. Yeah. So I mean, there's some good games in there. Outer Wilds. I don't like the flying. So the landing is. I'm like, how do you land this thing? So I'm just going in water. So I mean, it's a good list for somebody that definitely just picked up a Series S or X. Especially a newbie, someone that wasn't in the last generation. So I mean, they're putting it out there, and it looks great. It looks like a good collection, good list.
Yeah, man. Looking hot, man. I'll jump in if you're buying clowns.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, bro. This is strong. This is a strong list. Nice, diverse titles. Outer Wilds, I haven't played, but Solve swears by it, so I definitely want to check it out. There's no excuse for me now. And the Yakuza series. I mean, I'm been doing what is it, Like a Dragon now, and I missed out on those other ones, and to see those remastered, and just for fans of those style of games, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Japanese influence and stuff like that normally don't come to Xbox, and to see that in Game Pass is super cool. Cyber Shadow, you got my attention on that now. I want to see what's going on with that. And Medium, man, I'm gonna give it a shot. Because one, I like this little direction Bloober's going with the dual reality kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it. It seems like it's not heavy action. It's more like psychological thriller kind of joint. So that appeals to me. I want to know how they kind of work with the world and how the two worlds differ and stuff like that. And then obviously Control PC now getting that, so they get that, what we had already. Desperado. It's a good list. It's a good diverse list. Game Pass still by far one of the best deals in gaming. You can't even, dispute it at this point. It's just really good value for what you're getting. So it is what it is, man. This is good stuff. Good month.
Yeah, absolutely. Mama Mav, any thoughts on this?
I'm actually reviewing the Medium.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So are you playing it now?
Really looking forward to it. Huh?
Nice.
Are you playing it now?
No.
Okay.
It'll be on the 28th. But yeah.
You got an article you want me to edit so I can know what you're talking about?
No. Yeah.
She's like, no.
Yeah, no.
That was funny, dude.
I like it because it's going to be quite unique. You can go into two different worlds. You've got the human world, and then you've got the spirit world, and you can jump from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really good. Apart from that, solid lineup. I'll probably be downloading a lot of them.
Nice.
I'm just excited for Donut County.
That's it.
That's the one.
Hype is real.
I mean, I've been waiting for that game for years. You know, no. When I look at this list, it's just variety. You know what I mean? You got the horror game. You know, you got like the Cyber Shadow, which I'm guessing is going to be kind of somewhat similar to something like Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, those kind of games. I would assume. I haven't looked too much into that, but just based on the creators there of Shovel Knight, as you said, I would assume that Cyber Shadow would be similar. And they're already a proven developer, right? So that's one that we should all check out if it's on Game Pass. You know what I mean? I remember when Desperados 3 actually came out, because it was weird. There was like 3 Western games that all dropped at the same time. They were all like isometric, top down. It was kind of strange. Like they never come out, and then 3 at one time. Then you're going to have the whole Yakuza series besides Like a Dragon on Game Pass. That's the whole. When has this happened that a game has like 6-7 games in a series and they all come out on a platform that you can get 30 days for $1? I mean, if you just want to say, hey, I'm going to dive into the history of this like franchise and play every single game, you do that. You got a month's worth of gaming right there. Easy, just diving through that. And that doesn't count Outer Wilds, which has been a lot of people's game of the year last year. And then the brand new exclusive to Xbox for timed exclusive, I'll say, The Medium. I mean, that's one of the most anticipated games of the year, period, right now. And if you go back and look at that 14-minute gameplay footage, where it looked kind of like Resident Evil style, how they're kind of traversing, and then it opens up the room to where you can kind of see more. You're kind of puzzle solving. You got that tense feel constantly. You don't know what's going to happen. They set the mood right. Setting is on point.
That little girl creeped me out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and then Control, now coming to PC, which was another game of the year, guys. I mean, people talk about, hey, it's filler, Game Pass filler. I mean, guys, you're talking about highly anticipated games. You're talking about some of the best games in a legendary gaming series. You're talking about indie games, AAA games. I mean, isometric games, arcade style games, everything here that you could want in January. I am freaking pumped, dude. We're gonna have a lot of Game Pass games of the week next week. There may be more on my podcast than we usually do, because it's gonna be crazy.
To channel my inner king, you can thank Phil, Dominus Maximus, Aurelius Spencer.
Yes, there we go.
Right. Did that for you.
Man, I wish I had the sunglasses right now, because I put those
Cog,
What's up?
Cog, can we get your emojis in there, man? Like who did that for you? Come on.
You put the head up. You already know.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's tremendous value, y'all. Tremendous.
It's getting there. I mean, just to go on the Game Pass thing, like, as I turned 16 for a second, like, if anybody would think that, I mean, what the early adopters, right? Oh, it's Game Pass filler, it's Game Pass filler. But I mean, if anybody was smart and knew the investment that Phil was putting in, I mean, the Yakuza series, making those trips to Japan, getting that, that olive branch out there, you knew that things were going to change and get better. They're not gonna, take $15 from you and just put B-list games in there. They want your dollar. That means they have to give you the service, and the service is growing and getting better. That's what it should be.
Yeah. Continued quality. If you have a service like that, you have to have that consistent software in there. And again, like you said, you nailed it. I mean, just like a lot of games that would normally not be on the Xbox platform now coming in that platform, the variety of the games, and then the AAA games. Shout out to the cars that's going by. But the AAA games and that's a cool thing. That getting something like the Medium, almost feels like you're getting away with something. Like technically like you would spend what that $40 to $60, whatever it is you're gonna spend for it, and to have that day one, day and date, super impressive. Again, one of the best services, man. It really, really is impressive what they're doing.
And Microsoft isn't even publishing the medium. Yeah, and people are assuming that,
No.
right? It's self-published by Bloober Team.
Mhm.
And that's an exclusive on and time exclusive, and it's going to be on GamePass.
Yep.
So
Exciting.
You know, for a lot of people listening, whether you're listening on YouTube or the podcast feeds later, Game Pass is another great way to break into, like, let's say that you wanted to do your own reviews or like a mini blog of your own reviews. Game Pass is perfect for that if you ever want to get into that. Because there's so many games that you could potentially review, and you can even gear it just to Game Pass reviews. And I mean, you build up an audience, man. You know, I'm all for promoting, helping people, and that's just an idea I want to throw out there because I love positivity and I love seeing different people's reactions to stuff. And I mean, that's what game is about to me. It's about the community, and I'd like to see everybody involved in some way, somehow. So, you know, if that's something you always want to do, Game Pass perfect. 30 days, $1. You can't beat that anywhere, man. You just can't beat it.
Agreed.
And then, you know, wow, this is a game that I loved when it came out, man. Oxenfree. You guys remember Oxenfree?
I remember hearing about it. I've never played it though.
I know there's a lot of people that play that game that absolutely loved it, but I skipped that one.
Okay, so we all fraud in here. What about you, about? I didn't play it either, so I joined the fraud club. So what about you? We 4 for 4. What we doing, man?
When did it come out?
Oh, he didn't play.
he didn't play it either.
He already did. We all in the bushes.
I'm quiet for a reason.
Why this game is amazing.
Yes, this game is amazing. Okay, so the people that made After Party, Night School, I believe, is the one that made Oxenfree.
Okay.
So it's if you played After Party, it's very similar style of that. Like you walk and interact, and there's different endings based on different interactions that you do, or the it's not even a quest, but like I call it mini quest in the game. You know, that you interact with. And it's just a very cool style of like a sci-fi thriller, but it's not scary. It's so many great things all built into one that I can't even describe. I just loved it so much.
What do you compare it closest to? Give me a game that you would say kind of resembles it to kind of give me some type of feel, because you give me a lot of different cool vibes, but I'm just kind of like compare it to something that maybe another game that it may be close to, or it's just so unique that it's that different on its own.
Yeah, it's very it's so unique that it's different on its own. It's not like a walk-in simulator, but it's like a walk-in visual novel.
Okay. It's very narrative based.
Yeah. And the voice acting, phenomenal. And the music just catches you, man. Like, it really catches you in the feels as, like, things are going on. Have you had a chance to play After Party, Cog?
Yes.
So it's a lot like After Party and the way that it's developed and the actions occur. Mm-hmm. So with them coming out with a TV series based on this game, I'm very interested in this because I love After Party. I loved Oxenfree. And I think that it's something that they could really delve further into. Oxenfree, if you haven't played it by now, I'm sorry if I spoil it a little bit, but it has like this kind of like throwback feeling to like the past history and kind of like a little bit of alien technology, and things get kind of frightening. I mean, at least for the characters, not for you as the player. So I think like in the TV series, they could delve on this sci-fi kind of aspect to it. It's kind of like at some points you feel like almost like the dead are talking to you, you know. So it's just, I don't know, it's so many feels, so it's just gonna be good, man. Just trust me.
Well, here's something that for me that's never played it and really don't know the premise of it. For the series, Robert Kirkman, if anybody's familiar with that name.
Talk about my man's. That's my man's from was it Sons?
No,
Left Dead. Excuse me.
Yeah. I guess he owns Skybound Entertainment.
Right.
So they are partnering with Oxenfree to make it into a larger adaptation. So just knowing that, I'm like, all right, I'm interested now.
Yeah.
So
if he's involved in like what they did taking The Walking Dead from the comics to the show, right? Like,
yeah,
it proves that they can kind of handle the transition of a IP and kind of run with their own idea.
It's
yeah.
a big name. It's a big name, big production values to get that transition. Yeah, if that's behind, if he's behind it, yeah, it's gonna be something. Now you definitely got my attention on that level.
Yeah, I mean, you get a chance. The game's on Switch as well, Cog. So if it goes on sale or something, it's cheap enough for you to want to grab it. I'd say grab it, play it while you're at work or bored or something, and you might actually like it, man. You might like it.
Well, that's why I have an excuse. I don't own a Switch.
Oh, no games.
I'm not frauding. I just don't own it.
It's all good. It's all good. The game.
So, I mean, this, Mama, did you have anything that you wanted to say on it before we move
No,
on?
I haven't played. Is it on Game Pass? Did you say it's on Game Pass?
After Party was, I don't know if it still is, but it's the same studio that makes After Party.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look. I know I've never played it, but saying that, is it coming to Netflix or have they not said yet?
Television. Anybody got that deal? Well, it's still early.
Yeah,
It's still early.
Still kind
days.
of early, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking through just to reskim it because I didn't see any mention of a network either.
Yeah, they say CBS owns the comic book, but that's
yeah,
that's pretty much it. They didn't say when.
So there's an Oxenfree comic book.
That's what they said.
It says disclosure comic book is owned by CBS Interactive. Oh, that's what that means. It's the website comicbook.com. CBS.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're getting my hopes up, Midway. I'm starting to look at the comic book. Damn, man.
Yeah.
He was hyped.
You got me mad with that.
Would you say that Oxenfree has like Spielberg vibes at all? Like,
Ooh.
he kind of goes into that like alien stuff a lot,
It could very well potentially have that kind of vibe to it. It just depends, how well the production value is on the show to make you feel that way.
Yeah. Right on. I just know as a lot of people's it blew a lot of people away. I remember when it came out, a lot of people were talking about it, and I think I was just hooked into something else at the time, and it kind of passed me by. But it's definitely one that I want to go back to.
Nice.
Sometimes you can watch a show, something, really get into that, and then go back and play the game. In fact, The Walking Dead, I got into the show because of the Telltale game.
Yes. Same.
We played that. Me and my wife played the Telltale game. We got so sucked into it.
Classic, bro.
And then we were like, "Wow, this is amazing. We got to check out the show." And we watched 3 or 4 seasons on Netflix within 3 days. It's just one after the other.
Binge. Let's go.
My wife won't even watch Walking Dead, so
yeah.
I can't watch it if she's home. She's scared of zombies.
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
It's a thing.
The first episode of the series to me is probably one of the best makings of television.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, please forgive me. What's his name? The black English actor.
Oh yeah.
With Lenny James? What's his name? I forget his name.
I think so, but I mean, just to see how he was when he tried to shoot, and I mean, it was just amazing, and the score behind it too. It was, it was get you in the feels. Yep. And then Lincoln's just like, "I'm sorry this happened to you," and then off which was really awesome. If anybody didn't know. The lady that was crawling in the grass, they later did a YouTube episode on how she became that way.
Really?
Yeah, which was really cool. I'll give you a hint. She was a babysitter. Now, check it out. It's got to be on YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, obviously it's been 8-10 years now.
Yeah, it's been a minute now.
Yeah, I know, right? It's in there somewhere.
That's what's up. I didn't know that.
Well, I want to go ahead and go into this next one. I mean, I'm very surprised about this. I threw it in here because I thought it was kind of cool, and I wanted to shout it out because I appreciate development no matter what system it's for, even if it's like a very old system. So, guys, you heard that correctly. Game Boy is getting a brand new game in 2021. Become the animal that you touch. Everybody's dream of being a pixelated animal. I guess in the game you touch it and you become the animal. But it looks kind of neat, man. I mean, for a long time, many developers, even like developers that work on your favorite games, they do a lot of homebrew stuff on the side, and this is something like that. It's like, basically a homebrew game. You could just be available in both ROM and cartridge form later on this year, so you can play it on an emulator, and it's quite okay with the developer, which is cool. So there's a Kickstarter campaign for it that launched on January 17th. It surpassed its funding goal already. And it's being developed by a solo developer who's passionate about keeping the spirit and gameplay of the Game Boy alive.
Really?
So for I'm probably going to say this wrong, okay? Because I always forget the money symbols. I'm not a genius with, international currency. But that could be either euros or lira, I don't know, $10. But you'll get a ROM version. If you pledge 35 or more, you'll get a functioning Game Boy cartridge. So they're going to burn it onto a cartridge, and it's going to look all kinds of fuzzy and cute, and you can stick it in your Game Boy, and you can play it on the go, man.
Right
so,
on.
Anybody gonna break out their old Game Boy and all those AA batteries and just start jamming around with a pixelated?
I
She's
don't
ready.
have one.
Well,
I got rid of mine a long time ago. I never thought they were going to bring out a new game.
You're not
Let me
gonna go
say,
pick that
I'll
up?
go and buy one now.
I love your topic. I'll say that. I love your topic because this is something that nobody else is going to talk about,
Facts.
right? I love that.
Classic clowns right here.
Now, the contrast to this, I don't really have anything to say about it. Because
Stop running
I
down to get
I don't have a
Boy.
Game Boy anymore, and I'm not going to play it. Now, if anybody does have one, this is awesome because the game actually looks pretty cool. Actually, like the shapeshifter, like it's a cool idea. It's a cool concept. It looks pretty rad. If I was 9 years old again, I would definitely be
This is
trying
lit
to
when
check
you was
the
not.
game out, for sure. But at this stage in my life, I don't even know where to find one except for eBay, and that's a gamble.
eBay. Definitely eBay.
At this stage of life, you couldn't play it in the room with your lighting right now.
Yeah,
The lighting just to get. Remember, you had to get the light to put on top of the game
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
to get it.
There was
Just-
even
you couldn't play it in the dark.
oh my
You could
God.
you could actually get a magnifying glass to put over the
Yeah.
Game Boy.
Gito.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. The things
This
we
is
had
great.
to do with Game Boy.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I still got the little carrying case and everything,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna have to like dig in a box in a storage unit to find it. I mean, this is crazy. Over under 100 sales. What do you think?
I think it'll get over 100 because anybody that has one will probably.
Oh, there's
get
going
this.
to be a lot of retro heads going to be,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
trying
retro
to get
collectors.
this.
I think I'll take the over on that. I think it'll. I would say over under 1,000.
Wow. Yeah, and they met the Kickstarter, right?
It did, yeah.
More than
and,
enough.
Oh,
you see,
yeah.
there's a lot of Kickstarters out there when they make this retro stuff. They want they want exorbitant amounts of money as a funding goal, But this guy, I mean, he kept it very humble. Like he didn't really go exorbitant with this. I mean,
He doubled his
$10.
goal. Yeah, like he what was it? 7,000. He got a 14. He only got almost double for it.
Yeah, and he's doing this by himself. So I got to give this guy props, man, because he's creating something for something else to live on. And I guarantee there will be some streamers of this game out there. I'll be one of them. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for this Kickstarter and support him. But
Salute.
yeah, I mean,
I tell you what.
$10 for the
man.
game, and he's got $1,400, right?
Yeah.
So
Still
I
good.
tell you what,
What's
I mean,
Digital
14,000.
Foundry,
that's
Digital
1,400
Foundry,
sales.
yeah, Digital Foundry better get this game and nitpick the crap out of it. All right, I want to see every single pop in. I want to see frame rate drops. I want to see everything. All right. No, I'm just.
First, they got to release Shapeshifter on the PS5. Then we'll see the comparison.
I mean, it is what? Let's take a guess here. 5 generations old.
Mhm.
So it better be up to snuff. That better be 1440p.
What the?
You
know, they've been making this game for 25 years.
8-bit would be stretching it, man. This is a Game Boy. What is this? What is Game Boy, like 3-bit? Is it 6-bit? I don't even know. I don't think it's 8-bit though, right?
No,
it's like 2-bit.
It's like 2-bit.
2 blocks made a leg.
Salute to him, man. You can tell he's definitely a passionate, person for the platform, doing his dream, wants to keep it alive. Yeah, salute to him, reaching the goal, getting it out there and stuff like that, man. And definitely the retro scene is gonna eat it up. There's no doubt about it. The retro scene is gonna be all over it. But yeah, man, I'm impressed, man. Especially when it's an older platform, you can tell like it is beloved. They want to keep producing. I think Dreamcast is in that boat. A lot of these systems are in that boat where they still producing ROMs and content for it. So salute to him, man.
It's definitely a resume. Something to put on your resume in case he does want to, go to something larger.
Yes, sir.
More power to him.
You're saying if he's going to go work on GTA 6, be like, oh, I made the shapeshifter.
Hey, look,
what have you created? I made this.
He probably went to them first and he said, I need that NPC, software. So can we put that on the shapeshifter?
Ready for Unreal Engine 5, everything. He's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have ray tracing?
Listen. You joke about ray tracing, right? But somebody made a Super Nintendo mod that puts ray tracing in all Super Nintendo games.
Oh my god!
So you could joke about it all you want, but there are retro gamers actively working on bringing retro tracing to old games. So
wow.
And
Metroid,
so like
Metroid would be pretty sick with that. I'll say
when on the Super Nintendo, like Super Mario, when he passes by a hill, you can see a shadow.
Yeah. Like there's one developer that made like a mirror image of like reverse, but it looks kind of like a puddle and shadows, and it looks really cool. Maybe we'll bring that up in another topic on another episode. But yeah, I checked it out and I like the ray tracing on it. It's really good stuff.
Salute.
Cool.
Speaking of something that's probably gonna be high quality. Before we get into that high quality game or demo coming out, Mama, are you gonna go ahead and go to Poundland and look for a Game Boy now?
Even Poundland don't have Game Boys. That's pretty disappointing.
It was worth a shot.
No, I'll head to eBay. I'll have a look. No, probably not.
Well, good news, because next week there's a demo coming out that everybody is a lot of people are excited about, right? I think these are the guys that made Lord Cod, correct me if I'm wrong, but Dreams Nights or something. Balan Wonderland. So man, this is coming out as a demo next week, January 28th. And it will be available on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch and Steam. That means many people will get to play this game. And for once, we're getting a demo of a game ahead of time, which is a very good sign that they must be confident that the game is up to par. And that's something I think the world needs to see these days, is a game that actually works on release.
That's fire.
Burn.
Yeah. Sorry, Cyberpunk. I love you, but you just weren't ready for the world. I know a lot of people are actually interested in this game, even though I'm not as interested as they are. But I'm kind of excited to try it, and if there's no bugs, I'll be even more happy. So, anybody on the panel like super excited about this COG? Are you guys at Iron Lords excited about this game?
This screams Solve all over it, because I remember when Saturn came out, I believe Knights was a thing at that time, and he was a huge fan of that. Huge, like the art, even that art style. I could see a lot of those influences. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, look, it looks colorful, looks good. It's probably not my bag, but for him, I know he will resonate to this. And look, at the end of the day, it's worth trying it. It's in a demo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, throw it on, see what it is. You never know, you might get pleasantly surprised. But yeah, this art style, this type of game, you know, I definitely remember from that era. And they definitely have a very passionate following. So I'm curious to see how well it does in this age, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, salute to them, man. I'll try it. I'll definitely try the demo, see what's going on.
Yeah, I think, you know, the following it does have from the, what was it, the Dreamcast days, I think that was on. I think that was Dreamcast. I might be wrong. But it definitely does have like a strong niche following, and I think that it's going to bring a lot of those older gamers out to come out and try this with their kids, and that's a really cool experience.
I think it was like Saturn days, and also they had a game on the Wii.
Yes.
Did
yes.
they?
Yeah, but these guys also created Sonic as well. Yeah. So, I mean, these guys were the original creators of the characters and everything of Sonic. So, I mean, even going back before that, I mean, these are legit, like, kind of gaming legends of Japan that are making this.
Right.
So I remember seeing the trailer was in the pre-show of the Xbox Game Showcase, right? It really caught my eye, and I was looking at it thinking this is going to be something that people are going to be talking about a lot when it comes out. Right. I think people are going to be surprised, and this is going to be a very popular game.
Mm-hmm. I forgot, tremendous pedigree, right? The developer, tremendous.
The character designs are just crazy, amazing.
Looks like that auto HDR will make it pop. With all the colors.
Yes.
Personally, I'm not into demos. I don't like teasing. So.
No demos. Okay. Huh? No demos.
You know what discouraged me was when I got the Resident Evil 2 demo back in the day.
Oh.
And
okay.
I can only go so far. I was like, no.
All right, so
I don't like this.
I'm fiending. I want to play more issue.
Exactly. Like, I haven't played a demo or a beta or an alpha since Resident Evil 2's demo, and but yeah, it looks fun, you know. So it is definitely something that could be like, you know, you just finished a Destiny raid cog, and you just I just want to wind down a little bit and, you know, not have to worry about strategy and just play, you know. And
exactly.
So yeah, it'll be a good game especially for all ages. Like you said, you know, everyone's getting more diverse. You know, even PlayStation's starting to get more diverse. You know, so you got to get the kids while they're young. So it'll be a fun game.
Factual.
I actually hadn't heard much about the game until you posted that, Clowns. I actually hadn't heard about it. Yeah. But it looks fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to interest a lot of people.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play a demo. It's something my kids are like playing.
Nice.
Especially my daughter.
Legendary.
I encourage anyone to check out the trailer from the pre-show at the Xbox Game Showcase, because it has a lot of different characters in there. It has a lot of gameplay. And it seems like it's really varied. There's a lot of platforming going on. It just looks like a ton of fun. And we need more of these kind of games on Xbox, really, you know, especially the last few years. It really had me excited. Number one, it's like it is more of a family game, right? But it's with unique art style. It's a new IP. It's made by legendary Japanese developers. Yes. I mean, it checks a lot of boxes here. And that's why one of the reasons I think, you know, when this comes out, it's going to be bigger than people are anticipating. It's going to be on a lot of platforms. I think it's going to catch people by surprise.
A good point, Fun. I mean, you're making a fantastic point, because a lot of people get caught up with just only wanting the genres and the games that they like, right?
Yeah.
And you made a fantastic point because there's a huge demographic of, like I said, younger gamers, family, who, like I said, those type of games sometimes tend to gravitate towards the Nintendo Switch or whatever. And to see Xbox diversify their portfolio and have all these styles of games, and again, it makes the platform better. But you're right. I remember watching at the third-party showcase, they brought them out. Yeah, they had like kind of a more in-depth with it. I'm actually go back to it. I do remember it now.
You know, the one thing that that I kind of noticed was a lot of these indie games were on like the ID at Xboxes.
Yes.
Like back in like 2018, 2019. Like
Mhm.
shout out to Randall Thor with his video of upcoming games.
Mhm.
The one I forgot the name of it, but it's the one with the deer where he hits the soda can, you know, and you're the deer trying to get through, you know. I mean, he said that's coming out in 2021. Like, you know, these games are just now coming out.
Right.
Through what? Who knows? Delays. You know? I mean, for us that as the people, you know, for us that want to see things, what about a year, 12 months, you know, 18 months to when they come out. They're just now starting to come out. So I mean, like you forget about them. You hear about them, you're like, yeah, and then you forget about them, and then all of a sudden they pop up again, and then they're like, oh, finally, you know. So I mean, it's good to see the diversity starting to come out and show, and that 12 minutes, man, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that come out for sure.
Yeah.
Mav, are you gonna give up Halo now and just go straight to this game? And
Good timing. That's it.
Now, yeah. If you guys watch any of my streams, you know that I play a lot of different kinds of stuff, and this is definitely one that I will be playing. But I start a lot of games and I don't finish them. That's the problem I have. So we'll see. I anticipate actually playing this game with my wife, hanging out. You know, I don't know if it's multiplayer. I don't remember that or not. But regardless, it's one that like we would pass the controller, you know, that kind of thing. I'm really excited about it. I get a nostalgic like feeling when I see this game. It reminds me of the excitement I had of that style of game when I was a kid. And this, for some reason, this one clicks with me. I don't know if it's the character designs, or if it's the music, the art style, whatever it is. I'm just super excited for it. So it's also like Square Enix. This is different for them too. Like they don't make games like this. You know, the closest thing I guess is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, this is really different for them too. So that it's really interesting what they're doing with this thing. So I'm glad it's being made. I'll just say that.
Exactly.
Does the main character, does the hat through the eyes kind of remind you of something?
Yeah, Mario. It reminds me of the Super Mario. What's the latest one?
Was it
Odyssey?
Odyssey, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's giving me that Odyssey with with knights, that character, the Balin character. Yep.
I get a Mad Hatter feel from him too.
Mm-hmm.
From Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
I never thought about that. Now I'm curious if there's going to be any references to that kind of stuff in the game.
But speaking of this game, though, there's another game coming out this year that I think is going to catch a lot of people off guard. That's similar, and that's Psychonauts 2.
Yeah,
I didn't play the first one.
I think it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. They were going to have to release that game last year. When they got bought out by Microsoft, they got more money and were able to put more into the game. You know, that spells good things, I think, for that game. And the first one is still a cult classic to this day. You know, so you know, Tim Schafer, Double Fine, those guys are no joke when it comes to making quality games. And this is one of the biggest projects they've had since Brutal Legend.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it's going to catch a lot of people off guard, and I love when games like this are alongside like Halo Infinite and the Medium and stuff. Like, you know, we're getting Psychonauts and Game Pass. You know,
actually,
so it's gonna be awesome.
I'm a fan of a developer that looks like they're having fun doing it. You know,
Yeah.
so like when you heard Tim Schafer on the stage and all that, I mean, it looked like a guy you want to like root for and stuff.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, I'll try it out. I'll do it just to give him the download to put in his, you know.
You just wonder how high he was whenever he was making the games that he's making. You know, because like I mean, just looking at the games, you're like, man, this guy was high. But then you actually see him talk in an interview, you're like, oh, okay, now I know he was definitely high, right?
You know,
you got Jack Black singing that trippy ass song.
You know him and Jack Black were sitting in the green room.
Yeah.
You know, during Brutal Legends, being like, I think I want to make something a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're passing it back and forth. What do you want to make, man? I don't know. You know, let's do something. You know.
Is it?
I love it, man. I love those guys.
Dope.
Well,
back to you, clowns.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go into the next topic while I open the door for my wife, or she'll kill me live on the air. So, I'm kind of interested in this, but I kind of think it's weird. It's only taking place in one single apartment. One single apartment. The whole game. One single apartment. And I imagine now like a New York City, like massive penthouse apartment or something with like 3 or 4 floors, you know, up in the, it's just, I don't know, man. Just, to me, it'd be kind of hard to make this set in all one setting, but if they can pull this off, man, it is Ninja Theory after all, but if they can pull this off, there's a lot of talent there for sure. And I think that's very unique about the game, and it's something that makes me kind of want to play it, try it, see how they're going to pull it off. I mean, obviously it's coming to Game Pass, so I'm not going to lose out, you know, if I don't have to buy it, so I can't lose out. What do you guys think about this? Any interest on it? You know, there's a 4-minute preview. Cog, I'm gonna go to you first because you're our special guest, and I'm sure King is gonna be loving this one because it's Game Pass, you know, and he loves Game Pass. He loves it. Yeah.
It's free 99. He's already in. So
Yep.
I got you. Yeah, listen, Ninja Theory. You brought this topic up because I just beat Hellblade like a couple days ago, right? Because I had it on my backlog. I was like right at the end. I just didn't finish it. So I just got that done, and just to see where they're at. And the thing about this game off the bat, graphically, I remember when they showed the game initially, like a still or whatever, or like a render or whatever it was, and I'm like, okay, that looks phenomenal. But you know how sometimes you see these vertical slices and you're like, yeah, it ain't gonna look like that, but that's a target, right? And then when they start to show this 4-minute demo, whatever it was, it's literally, they're showing these graphical is really matching. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing that impressed me. The second thing is when I look at Ninja Theory again, with a game like Hellblade, smaller team, smaller budget, and they were able to produce this graphically intense game that's based on mental illness. So it seems like Ninja Theory's kind of got something going with this right now. So I want to see where this goes. Project Bar looks cool, man. It looks cool. I with clowns, I got to see how the whole just in somebody apartment thing work, if it's going to get redundant quick, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I'm very impressed with what they're able to do. They're very unique. And I think that they take advantage of graphical assets. And from my understanding, this is Unreal Engine 5. So that's going to be it's going to be a looker. There's no doubt about it. I just want to see how they handle the mental aspect of, I guess it's a girl in a house. It's called like mental terror. That's what I heard. So I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all looking at it, or y'all kind of like hesitant? Like where you at with it?
So I get a few vibes from this. Did anybody ever see When a Stranger Calls?
Yes.
Did anybody ever see like Amityville?
Oh, yeah.
Amityville, yeah.
Did anybody play the last Resident Evil? Resident Evil 7, right? It was all in a house.
I tried.
So I mean, except for like the bookends, you know, like walking up to the house and leaving the house, it was all done in a house. So I understand it, and you know what's great about this is that since they don't have to do much or go anywhere, that is why you see these still shots.
Oh yeah, graphically, this is gonna be the best looking thing see.
Right, right. Like they don't have to go anywhere that much. All you got is a wall, no foliage, no grass, right? No blades of grass gate or puddle gate or anything like that. I mean, and the sheer fact that they're doing this while still developing Senua 2, it just shows the talent that they're having right now. To me, these are the type of devs that you got to give them time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like horror is starting to really come back. I mean, there's another topic that's coming up that he has that it's like, why are they putting horror into this? Like, so it's really starting to come back, and I think they're starting to see a trend and see everything like that. Like I said with what were we talking about, the medium? I'm gonna have to just grin it and bear it and just
man,
put the head,
come on now.
charge through. I don't think I'm not gonna interact with anything. I'm just gonna run through to the end. So
Run through the whole game.
Right.
See, like I could watch horror movies because I'm not the one that's controlling it. But come on, I'm going. I'm going the other way. I don't want to do this. So right. You're gonna have to tie me in, man. I swear. But I mean, yeah, the quality of it is definitely top notch. And when you think Microsoft, I think after these 2 games, I'm putting it out there, you're gonna have to start saying Ninja Theory first.
Listen, I got it. Listen, I'm an Obsidian guy. I gotta admit, but I will say to your point, Ninja Theory probably has the most potential to be like really spectacular out of Xbox Game Studios. I feel like, I mean, they got a tremendous lineup. We already know Bethesda and all that, but as far as just like potential, I'm with you there. I'm gonna ask Mama Rox, like, where you at with this whole Project Mara? You're in, you're curious, you liking it?
It's another one I haven't heard much of. I know of the studio because I think they're British.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And yes, very British.
She's a homer.
Yeah. But I haven't heard much about the game. But I'm going to look more into it, I think. It's been a while since we've had a few horror games out like at the same time.
Did you try Hellblade at all? Did anyone try Hellblade? Has anyone done Hellblade?
Yeah, I've played.
I started it.
Yeah, I've started Hellblade.
I knew he was going to do that. Continue speculation. I get
I started it like 3 times. And surprisingly, that game's actually pretty hard.
Yes.
And which is something like I wasn't anticipating. The game is gorgeous. And the atmosphere is great.
Did you do it with the headphones?
Yes, I did. What I wasn't a huge fan of was the combat.
Okay, fair enough.
So when I started actually fighting, I was like, okay, it started losing me a little bit, and then like I always do, I start playing something else, and then the game, if it doesn't like hook me by that certain point, then sometimes I just don't go back to it. Now I want to make a point to go and finish this game though before Hellblade 2 comes out, because I am extremely excited for Hellblade 2. And I don't feel like I would be doing it justice without finishing Hellblade 1, that everybody tells me was a masterpiece, right? And I know it'll get there if I continue to play it, because I just haven't put in enough hours, right?
GamePass. You got it. Series X, performance mode, 60 frames. The game looks phenomenal. It's longer than you think because of the puzzles. The only thing I was is again, it's gonna be a tough ride on certain parts.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. Certain parts, I'm a grown man, and I was like, I don't know if I could do this board right here. The game tests you in ways besides the psychological, the voices. I'm not gonna spoil, but there's things that deal with optical illusion. There's things that deal with just sensory things where you can't see. It really pushes you into uncomfortable places. I'll let you know. I gotta warn you with that. The only advice I would say is maybe don't do headphones if things get too crazy. But go ahead, man. You was gonna jump off.
Yeah, the first time when it became available for Xbox, I bought it, and then I played. I headphones on, started it, and I was just like, I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, I was like, hold on, what? Okay. I'm like, all right, now I gotta dig in. I'm just like, okay, this is creepy, you know. And then I got to the first puzzle. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, where am I supposed to go? Yeah, you had to go backwards, you know. You had to go back to the beginning. You know, I was just like, oh my gosh, like this
if you
is.
listen to
And
the
then
whispers, they'll give you hints.
Yes. She doesn't
okay,
see
see,
it. I
Yeah.
love
I just heard.
the
Yeah.
British accents are amazing.
Oh,
The actresses are amazing. Continue.
yeah, no, the voice acting is top notch. Yeah, the look back, he doesn't see you. I was like, what? And then you know, the first fight, you know, like when you hit those guys, and then you finally see your arm like start to degrade and stuff like that. Like I was cool up to that point. I had just life took over, and I just hadn't been able to pick it back up. So I just, but yeah, I'm definitely with Mav where I definitely want to finish it before. Well, now I'm gonna have to start over because it's been so long. So
It's been
I
so
just want
long,
to start. Yeah. So I'll definitely get into it. I'm telling you, I think the new studio acquisitions that Microsoft had are going to replace the old ones as, to me, ones that you're gonna have to look out for. Like,
Right.
you know, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing, you know. And it shouldn't just be competition between platforms. It should be inner competition as well, you know, and just try to make each other better. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, Project Mara is gonna look creepy as hell, but you know, maybe someone's gonna have to hold my hand and walk me through it because I don't know if I can do this.
It's boy,
We'll do it
we do
together.
we put everybody in a party chat with you.
I'll
And
do
you're gonna
that.
be all right. Got you. The whole four guy, everybody, we gonna be in the party chat. We be laughing and joking.
And
Get you
then
do these.
Mab will stream it and hear me scream like a girl whenever there's a jump scare. And,
No, I won't, man. I won't. Hey, we can stream it together. Like you play and I'll play, and I'll make sure I follow your every movement, and then that way we're doing it together. You know what I mean?
I'm really loving the brotherly bonding we're doing right here, guys.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get them through. We gonna get them
Like
Yeah, we will.
that game wasn't scaring me really. Like Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 was freaking like tough to get to like. That game had me tense. You know, I don't know what it is about that one, but yeah. But Ninja Theory, dude. I mean, you're right, man, because you're talking about Hellblade. You know, and it's another one of those studios that's proven now that they can come out with more than one game in succession. Like they had Bleeding Edge. It's not that successful, but that was just kind of like a test project that they wanted to see if they could get a multiplayer game to kind of hook people, and it didn't really work, right? But it's in Game Pass, and we'll see what that turns into. But you know, Hellblade is their proven thing, and then they're also working on Project Mara. You know, so. And that's three completely different kind of games. Project Mara, they're using different technology to create something really unique. That also proves that Xbox, again, is letting these developers have the creative freedom that people were afraid they were not going to let them have when they came in. They talked about not just creating games at Ninja Theory. They're talking about now creating systems to create games is what they said in the article. And that speaks to plans for the future of creating technology that's going to help game development for not just Ninja Theory. Microsoft is going to be able to use that technology that they develop with other studios, and they can share stuff. So you got guys like at the Coalition that are masters at the Unreal Engine, right? And you got these guys that are creating new engine technology, new ways of making games. It's going to be photorealistic apartment, and that's not like you said, that's not a studio apartment, right? That's not a 300 square foot apartment. That thing, it's got stairs in the middle of it, you know, going to who knows where, right? So you're talking about,
easily a 6-figure family.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you got 343 is, you know, making a new engine with Halo Infinite. So you're not talking about where, like, you know, EA's made everybody use Frostbite, right? Or it's not like one of those situations, you know, like we got lots of different developers working with lots of different technology. They're all going to be able to share stuff.
Mhm.
And then Bethesda's not even part of them right now.
How
You
crazy
know,
is that?
so when that happens, you got all of their stuff too. And so you got id and what they can make, which is
Games.
completely unique to everybody else, right?
Mhm.
It's an amazing time for Game Pass and for Xbox. And so, but yeah, man, so Project Mara, I know that's what we started with on this. Like, I don't know what the game's going to be, but based on what I've seen, I know at least it's going to be unique. And right now, that's enough for me.
I agree, completely agree. And last point I'll make is that one thing they don't get enough credit for, especially with Hellblade and now with Project Mara, is Ninja Theory's not afraid to truly tackle mental illness and the depiction of it in video games. And that's super important because a lot of people who suffer for it are experts or people who treat, they reference these games and say these are accurate representations and this is something that can really help people. So they're actually doing like a service of good in the community for people afflicted with these conditions. You know what I mean? So salute to them, man. They killing it. I'm very proud of them. Very, very unique studio, like you said, diverse, being allowed to do the games they want to do. There's no assembly line stuff. Nobody's not forcing them to pump out halos and gears. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they want to do, and it's good to see. It's good to see, man. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna support and see what Project Mara does for them, man. Really,
I mean, this could be the thing that they showed Microsoft that got them acquired.
You're right. You're right.
It's very possible. It may not just be Hellblade. They could have been this. Okay, we have this idea of what we're going to do here. You know, that because remember they had the trailer, and at first that was going to be wasn't that going to be a multi-platform game, or was announced on PlayStation? Or I think originally, I'm not sure exactly how that worked out when it was originally revealed, but then all of a sudden this happens, and now we're talking about it with Game Pass and Xbox and all that.
I thought Project Mara was shown after the Video Game Awards when they showed the Series X.
Hellblade 2.
Yeah, but that was
Hellblade 2.
It was the year before, right? I'm not sure.
But I for speculation, I think you're right. I think that when they acquired Ninja Theory, I could be wrong here, but that Project Mara may have been the other game that Phil had referenced that said, hey, we saw something behind the scenes that was crazy, that was really influenced the acquisition outside of Hellblade. And it's a possibility that it could be Project Mara. But I remember hearing them saying there was something that really influenced the purchase behind the scene that no one didn't see yet. And it wasn't. I was just like, wow, okay. So that's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty impressive they're able to get those multiple projects and stuff.
Yeah, I guess they announced it back in January, January of 2020.
So then that was after
it was after the acquisition then. Yeah, so it's Ninja Theory announces Project Mara.
Yeah, Shizno said it. He said, yeah, they showed Mara a couple months after they showed Hellblade 2. Yeah, it could be that. Yep, it could definitely be with that.
All I know is get those third-party cooling systems on your systems because those chips are going to be hot. They're going to work those consoles, I'm telling you.
No doubt. So Clouds in the Bushes, man, so I'm going to have to host now.
No, I'm here, but I'm just something going on in the background, so I had the mic muted, but I'm here, guys. I'm alive.
Okay, so I was going to suit up, man. I got you.
Ready.
Put my cape on, my jersey. I was ready to do double.
I was about to tell Cognito old habits die hard, but he's just like, I'm like, hey man, that's cool.
Be the host. Let's do it. New PUBG.
Yes. Speaking of which, so PUBG, the battle royale game that when it came to Xbox, everybody got freaked out and was excited about because it was huge on the PC. Apparently that they in their universe are getting some games of their own based on the PUBG universe, and one is going to be a horror game. To me, this screamed out to me and said, like, are you serious? Like a horror game in PUBG? I mean, maybe they can make it work. I mean, you never know, because horror seems to become like a really big topic lately, very popular. We're seeing more and more like horror and thrillers and psych thrillers coming over. So what do you guys think about this? I want to go to our guest and premier host, Lord Cognito. who can take it away as some background noises are going on. So I'm curious, what do you think about this, Lord Cock?
Listen, I remember seeing this Callisto Protocol thing at the Game Awards, and I was like, "Yo, what is that?" It looked cool. I had no idea it was in the PUBG universe. I mean, I had no idea it was sharing that kind of space. So, look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big fan of PUBG. I'm the guy that was bitter that PUBG lost to Fortnite. I was that guy. I was in my feelings. I felt Fortnite came and stole that little idea and then profited and made it better. I admit, salute to Fortnite. If you guys like Fortnite, much power to you. But I've always felt PUBG was the originator, and it didn't like shine the way it was supposed to. And in Fortnite's defense, Fortnite's engine was better. You know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to see PUBG kind of have like almost like a redo, with a new engine, kind of like new resources, everything a sequel behind it. And if they're gonna do these spinoffs with zombies, I'm actually interested. I want to see how that kind of play out. The Callisto Protocol trailer looked really good to me. I think they want to expand. I'm pretty sure they're getting ready. They're also working on a sequel to PUBG. So yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what's going on with them. I'm all about it, seeing a different take in this type of universe, and that's where I'm at, man. So let's see what PUBG team and these guys do. What you guys think?
There's a PUBG universe.
Apparently.
Shots fired.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
that's cool and all. I just didn't know that there was all this lore behind it.
No, neither do I.
You want a frying pan, and you ain't read the.
I was
Winner, chicken dinner.
Lord, the originators.
if I'm being honest, okay.
It's bad when you start off with that.
Yeah.
Good.
Now I'm
With all
usually
due
a
respect.
positive guy here, right? But I was a little bit more excited about the Callisto Protocol until I found this out.
So now that you found out this dude is connected to PUBG,
because my mental, what I relate to PUBG is janky.
Yeah.
So we already got a janky horror game. And it's called Dead by Daylight.
Shots fired.
No, I'm kidding, guys. I know a lot of you guys.
I'm running the other way.
Messing with you. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great game, but
It's okay to not be excited.
yeah, I mean, okay, like the Callisto Protocol trailer that they had at the Game Awards, that was like, wow, that's like crazy. You made by the creators of Dead Space. I'm like, okay, I'm all in on this. I want to see where this is going. That's amazing. Now,
to that chicken dinner came in, to that frying pan got thrown in.
right,
You ain't about it no more.
we'll see. I don't want the guy to come in his boxers with a bag on his head and a frying pan in his head trying to kill the monster. You know what I mean? I don't know what the PUBG universe is going to be with this game. I don't know how it relates. I'll just say I'll stay open-minded.
All right, fair enough. I can respect that.
So it was the one that they were on the moon or something like that, right? It was like that prison on the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there is no, I don't play PUBG, I don't like Fortnite, I don't, they can all quoting be in the bushes.
In the bushes. No battle royale for you.
No battle royale. I'm cool. No Call of Duty 4 or whatever that was. But anyway, so that setting has not been revealed in the PUBG universe yet, right? Correct?
Correct. As far as like the horror setting, you mean? Like the whole...
Right, like the moon stuff, like, right. Being in the... Okay. So, for one, I mean, like Mav, I was intrigued because obviously as soon as I saw that green barcode, I said, Dead Space? Like, I was just... Yeah, and then you saw the creepy creature come, and I'm like, yeah, this is Dead Space. And then he had to talk. So, I think this definitely brings interest back into PUBG for a lot of people, in my opinion. I am going to wait to see more because
I just think it's hilarious. The fact that PUBG's name was mentioned, y'all interest level went straight to the bushes. Like, this is the funny thing. Like, no, this is PUBG.
It's just a
So-
weird thing to create a universe around. You know what I mean? Not
I
everybody
didn't
right.
even know there was a universe.
So let's speculate here a little bit. What if it is a single player story where has kind of like a Destiny open world feel? Like the Cosmodrome. Like the Cosmodrome, right?
Okay.
So let's say this is a third person over the shoulder. Hey, they're gonna give you that one. They're gonna give you that one cog, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
exactly. So what if now PUBG is just a battle royale, right? They haven't showed anything with story or anything like that.
Out of that, that's what that's the curious thing, and that's the part where I kind of agree with fun speculation, because it's like how are you in that universe if you're not also going to emulate battle royale, right? I mean I guess you could take the setting, but then you're zombie. It's very strange how those mix. Like
the setting of PUBG is just like buildings and forest. You know what I mean? It's not like I just don't understand. Like maybe there's something more to it. And I've played a PUBG several times. I can't get into it because I can't get past the jank. Right now, there's people that can, and I know that there is a deep, really good game.
That's what gives it its charm.
Yeah, okay. But for me personally, like I'd rather play Warzone because it's similar, but it's polished, right?
Fair enough.
Now is that fair to them? I don't know, but when I play that game today, it still has texture pop in. The characters still move weird.
Let's just say engine is Warzone like. PUBG with a new engine. Would that move you?
Yes.
What, Unity?
I don't know. Like, who's making it? Like, I don't know. I knew that the Dead Space guys were making that, and I was like, okay, I'm sold on that. But why?
What if inside the prison? What if inside the space prison it's like a free for all with alien NPCs?
Yeah, I think it's just a way to try and sell the game to grab a fan base, because they know that PUBG has a lot of fans. Like, hey, all right, we didn't get the attention that we wanted from the reveal, so let's just say it's like has something to do with PUBG just to get some attention here. I don't know. I can't figure out how it's related. Like, because anything that they make it related to PUBG, they have to create now.
Interesting.
The backbone isn't there. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, like let's say they made a flood game from Halo, where like it's a horror game and you take the flood, right? It makes sense, but
so the Dead Space developer, what I couldn't remember what developing team is he a part of?
I don't know. Let's look. I think we need to dig deeper on this because maybe made a mistake.
To me, if it's small enough, if it's a small enough development team, I could see this being a solo campaign that's pretty small, and the end game being a battle royale in the prison.
Yeah. What it says is Glenn Schofield, 12 years after creating Dead Space, he's back with his new studio, Striking Distance, who just announced its survival horror game, Callisto Protocol. And it's just saying how he wants it to be the scariest next-gen horror game ever.
See, that excites me. I'm down with that.
I'm done. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'd go the other way, remember?
Yeah.
So,
if it's a co-op, I'm with you, Mav.
So could it be, Flamish asked earlier if it was like DayZ, could it just be like zombie mode in PUBG? And they get us all hyped up for this? It's just like a zombie add-on?
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. If it's just
with
that.
aliens that want to suck your face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what the article, it says, Chang Han told Bloomberg about his desire to not stay as a one-hit wonder, noting that there are plans to release 2 new PUBG games in 2021 and 2022. The game
Is PUBG becoming a developer?
Was that?
I said, is PUBG becoming a publisher?
I guess Chang Han is trying to make more than just PUBG. So he says the game's coming this year is reportedly a new battle royale mobile title set within the game's universe. Also, 2022 will then see the launch of another PUBG-related PC and console game, as well as a previously announced survival horror game, the Callisto Protocol, which is being helmed by Dead Space alum Glenn Schofield.
I don't know, but Mama, do you get the sense that maybe it still seems separate from a PUBG Battle Royale type?
But that's what I thought. Then it says this. The Callisto Protocol was revealed during the Game Awards 2020, and many were shocked to learn that the survival horror game was set in the PUBG universe in the hours following the announcement. So somehow this passes by, and now we're realizing it. So there's a link to another article. And it says the new sci-fi horror game, the creator of Dead Space, is definitely set in the universe of PUBG. We just don't quite know how right now.
Still a lot of questions.
I say it's single player with an end game of battle royale in the prison, the space prison.
I mean, it seems like it's a different making it, so that has me intrigued.
Yeah, but look at the next. It literally says striking distance developers set up specifically to create a narrative experience within the world of PUBG. However, when the Callisto Protocol was shown off, the game looked far more like Dead Space than PUBG. So maybe they just. What's kind of funny is that I don't even know PUBG to really have any type of universe. It's just funny they keep saying the universe of PUBG, like it's just storied. You know what I'm saying? Like that part is interesting. But what you think after these statements? What's your gut telling you with this game?
Man, to be honest with you, I have no clue where this is like out of left field for me for PUBG to say it's a horror game, because there's so many ways that they can add this in. But is it really going to feel authentic to the universe, though? That's the question, Because the universe just, as far as we know, is just like an island where they get thrown to kill each other, So,
that's the universe, right?
Yeah.
But if you noticed in the preview, the prison alarms were going off, like people were escaping, or like things were breaching the defenses or the lockdown. That free for all doesn't really sound like a bad idea.
This reminds me of when Garth Brooks tried to become Chris Gaines, right? And he showed up on the talk shows as not himself. Do you guys remember that? And people were like, "What the heck?"
Anybody do country here?
Sorry. But it's just I remember that, and it was trying to be something you're not all of a sudden and pretend, I don't know. Be Garth Brooks, PUBG, just be PUBG, and keep making PUBG stuff, right? And I think that's what people want. I don't know.
Gonna be interesting. This is I am so now want to know what the hell is. I'm gonna be following this game now very intently because of this conversation we have.
What's the developer's guy's name? Schofield? Glenn Schofield? All right, I'm gonna find his Twitter right now.
Striking Distance is the studio. That's his new studio.
Striking Distance.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be following that.
Right.
They're creating a universe, right? Yes. This is okay. Let's say that Marvel only had Spider-Man. Okay, now let's create a universe around that, right? That's what they're trying to do here. We can't see it yet because it hasn't been created yet. So we'll see what they create. The bottom line is, hopefully, it's a good game. And if it's a good game, then it doesn't matter what universe it is or isn't a part of or whatever. It'll still be good.
Sure.
I'm going to do a little bit of fun speculation here. Okay? I'm going to speculate a little bit of fun into this. So, Midway alluded to the fact that he heard a prison breakout bells kind of thing. sounds and whatnot. And in PUBG, there is a military base, and there are underground tunnels, and there are gas masks in those areas. So could it be like a toxic chemical that turned people into zombies or something crazy? Kind of like, in essence, like Call of Duty zombies, right? You know how the zombies is like a whole separate part of the game, but then they have like a little story to it, and it's still in the Call of Duty universe somehow. So
Yeah,
I mean,
clowns. Is that on Earth though?
Well, the best zombie map was Buried. It was on Earth.
Because the setting was in like on the moon. It was like you could see a spaceship flying in and just complete dark and moon like terrain and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different zombie maps, and I think the moon is just from one of the series. I don't think it represents the overall feel. I mean, the World War II zombies was like a World War II kind of setting, So, I mean, anything's possible, and I mean, I hate to say this, man, but like zombies are super popular, and even when you think the genre is gonna die out, it just comes back again, like The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
it just keeps popping up.
It's just we know this creator's MO, the Striking Distance developer Glenn Schofield. We know it's space. He loves he must have been a huge Alien fan or something because he loves that genre, and you heard him. What, the scariest game ever? This guy wants heart attacks out of people. I mean,
it was definitely alien influence in that trailer. I mean, with it right in his face and then opening his mouth and stuff. That was alien all the way right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting. I'm kind of excited to see what's going to come out of this. I don't know if I'm actually going to like it when it does come out, but however, I'm excited to see where they go with this. And I think, PUBG, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the publishing company is like a very strong Chinese publishing company. Am I correct in saying that? Right? So I would like to see some anime come out of this, some crazy anime, maybe some Godzilla, some King Kong in there. They can go wild with this, and it really piqued my interest, man. Like, like those terrible drive-in movies of like the 1950s that were horror, right? The creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever, stuff like that. I'd like them to be kind of creative, kind of throwback a little bit, kind of have fun with it,
So here's what I'm going to do, clowns. I'm going to reverse my mental clock to like 20, 30 minutes ago and pretend that I didn't know this, and then I'll keep the excitement for the game that I had.
There you go.
Yeah, because there's nothing to deter me away that this is going to be a good game other than this like little thing in the back of my head that keeps saying PUBG.
Right.
PUBG? If I get rid of that, just kind of ignore the little voice in the back of my head, I'm still super pumped for this game. So that's what I'm going to do.
I'm still rolling with narrative-driven survival horror game from the guy, with the Dead Space creator. You look at the genre, it says action horror. It does not say battle royale, right? So I'm with you. I'm just gonna throw that PUBG part out and just act like I didn't hear it, and that is what we're getting, and they're just gonna have some other little connection somewhere else. I think it's still gonna be that. That's what my gut is leaning right now. I'm with you on that. No speculation.
Man, when this does come out, we have to revisit this episode and see what everybody said.
Right. Save the receipts.
Yeah,
game of the year. I love how all the PUBG references in it. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, we ran through those topics. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of gaming news right now, other than rumors and speculation. So I hope everybody had fun speculating. Oh, I had to say that again. Sorry. But
you have to pay him royalties, man.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time.
Yeah.
You'd have 20 cents.
Yeah, 20 cents. You get like a piece of popcorn with that or something in today's market value. He's not amused. He's not amused. But before we get out of here, I'd like to go ahead and let the panel do shout outs and, go to our very special guest, the one and the only, the epic Lord Cognito from Onlord's podcast, man. It was so awesome talking to you again. It's been so long since it feels like a long time, but you guys actually got me on the show a couple times, but it still feels so long. It does.
It does. I mean, it's been long since I've been on Fall Guys, so that's cool that we got to do that. And again, salute to y'all. Like what y'all doing. Loving the revamp, loving the energy. Everybody, cool panel, fun. Loving, keep it up on that. You already know. And always got to support. Love it. Like I said, positivity, no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And just everybody that are gamers coming together talking about games. So salute to you guys on that. You know me, Lord Cognito on Twitter, the whole thing, Iron Lord Podcast. Every Sunday's the Lord's Day. Come check us out. If you're into statues, come check out my man King David, the king of statues. You know what I'm saying? If you're into Marvel, get a little, even if you're not into statues, get a little synopsis on these heroes, and see what's going on with that. And then if you're into Destiny, man, or you're looking to get it back into it, so in Game Pass right now, check out my podcast with Ebontis, The Last Word. That's every Friday. We try to do that. Very Destiny focused, looter shooter focused. So please support that. And lordsofgaming.net. Really appreciate, you guys retweeting the articles and supporting that stuff. Again, no one's getting paid. This is by gamers, for gamers kind of deal, and just passion. So really appreciate the love, and everybody got a chance to podcast with you guys. It was dope. Midway, you already know what it is. Fun speculation. Your name has been abused horribly this podcast.
It's okay. It was fun.
Forgive us. And Mama Rocks. Everyone was Mama Rocks today. I like that in the podcast.
I love it.
Everybody was Mama Rocks. It was cool. But yeah, salute to you. It was fun energy. Great show. And thanks for having me. I'd like to do it again sometime in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I want to give a big shout out to all you guys at Iron Lords, man. You guys have really, stepped it up and shown what professionalism is. You're all very kind. You're all very humble. You're all very welcoming to the whole community. Your Destiny crew is like phenomenal. Everybody's there to help each other. I get back into Destiny for a little bit, and everybody there is helping me out, man. Like I'm so lost, and they help me. They help me.
Nice. Yeah, brother, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm capable, Sherper, and everybody.
And shout out to King David, man. Like that statue stuff that he's doing is really taking off, and seeing him on other shows with other statue collectors, phenomenal. If you guys haven't seen any of the stuff that is going on with the Iron Lords channel, you need to check it out. King David, Lord Cognito, the Iron Lords game, and everything is like taking off in different directions, becoming like this really cool, almost like, how do you say it? It's almost like a subset organization of an organization. It's just really cool, man. Like to see these different branches come together, and it involves like, pop culture, gaming, everything, man. It's like all there. Check it out. I just had to do a big shout out because I've known all you guys since you guys started, and man,
you actually broke bread together, brother. You know what I'm saying? I was in your city. So that is real, man. It's always been love, clowns. Always 100%. It's never been no fraudulence. It's always been real. You're a gamer, and I like that we actually game together. A lot of these podcasters don't game together. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to actually game with people. So.
Wait, you ate with him?
Yeah, we broke bread, man. I was in I was actually, was it? I would say 20. Was it 2019 or 2018? I'm trying to remember now.
I think it was 2018. Right. I want to say 2018.
I see how it is. I mean, I was there. I can't. No, but Cognito, yeah, no, he ate. That's cool.
Oh damn! No.
Anytime you're in New York, New Jersey, tri-state, holla at your boy. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? And
all right, I got you.
But make it right with the whole.
Yeah, I mean, Midway, next time you're here, it should work out. We actually were talking about it for a while, and it was almost like last minute because my wife was at first she didn't want to go, and I was like, nope, I already told Cognito I'm going. We're going, And then I walked in the exit door, and all of Orlando heard me. So
that was funny.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. So everybody's watching UFC, chilling. They're all,
UFC. Did you watch your first UFC event?
Yeah, cool. Yes, and I mean, that was a phenomenal fight too. But for everybody that hasn't heard this yet, and all the people now listening to us in India on the podcast feed, I'll tell you the story real quick before we get to the rest of the outros. So I go meet Lord Cognito over at the restaurant, and everybody's chilling, drinking their drinks, watching the UFC fight, talking about the fights, the games. Everybody's coming from the convention, hanging out. And I couldn't find the proper entrance into the bar area where everybody was. So I walked around the building like twice. I was like, oh, where's the entrance, Because I asked somebody inside, but it was so busy, like even the employees were like busy helping people. They couldn't help me. So I found one entrance, and when I hit the entrance, it was like through the whole restaurant. It got quiet. Everybody turned around and looked at me.
So you like a car accident, everybody in the restaurant. It was one of them moves. I was like, "Oh, what's up, clown?"
Yeah. He knew it had to be me. I was the awkward guy going through the emergency exit. But man, yeah, that was an entrance. So all of Orlando, I'm sorry that I disturbed your 5 minutes of that UFC fight, whatever it was, but a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. We definitely got to, when this COVID stuff goes away, we got to hang out together again, whether it's, New York, tri-state area, when I go up there for some actual pizza and calzones, or you come back down for a convention, man.
Let's go. Real New York's pizza. Let's go.
Yes.
No, man. Yeah, give me that Chicago deep dish. Let's...
Oh, no. Sorry, everybody, man. Just,
Look what you started, clowns.
It's on now. It's on.
Food again.
Pizza war, and Mav's like, I got my pizza. I don't care what you guys got.
I won't really try and out the Texas pizza chains here. We got Domino's, we got Papa John's, we got Pizza Hut. Hey,
you like Florida?
Hey,
salute. Now you gotta put me on Midway. You let me know what that real Chicago South Side, pizza look like. But for me, it's always gonna be NY, baby.
Yeah.
You fold it. You fold it. You fold it before you eat it. Do you fold it long ways or
to get the crust right? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we don't use forks and knives. When we're from Midway.
Well, no, Chicago pizza. You don't have to fold it. They're not huge like that, but they're thick. I like my pizza like I like my. Never mind. Never mind.
Going there.
Yeah. Might as well just go to Poundland. Whatever.
Poundland?
Yeah.
Your pizza at Poundland?
Oh, yeah, Poundland. We got away with that one.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, Midway, when you're not eating some big Uno's thick chunk pizza or Giordano's out there in Chicago, where can we find you?
That's not all he does, clowns.
He works out, plays video games.
I still play some games. It's all right. So, you can find me on Twitter at Midway8Monster, Midway7. For some reason, I can't use. I don't know if it's like an old Twitter account that I don't have the password to. I have no idea. So Midway7Monster on Xbox Live. If you guys want to shoot a friend ad, I'll accept you. No toxic stuff. Everything's been good. Made a lot of friends so far. It's nice being a part of the podcast community. That's for someone that doesn't get out much, So I mean, it's work, sleep, gym, whatever. Just doesn't go out much. It's nice to talk to everyone. Clowns will play golfing with friends sometime, and I just want to say to be on this podcast, I felt like my voice wasn't being said by anybody in any particular way. So I got the motivation and then the push from Dreadpool. I always thank Dreadpool for pushing me into the deep end. And Clown, since I've been on this podcast, I can't say anything for Mav. Maybe Mav can take some of the credit. But your subscriber base has doubled since we've been on here. And I think it is because I think, are all good, energetic, and in a way fascinating people. I think I I think that we can speak positively about everything and not be just monotoned and just one word sentences. I think people are enjoying the content that you bring out. I mean, you're doing a great job putting all these interviews together, and I'd love to make more of them, but obviously, like work and stuff sometimes gets in the way. But you definitely are being an entertainer in this in the YouTube business, and it has been fun. It sounds like a quit speech, but it's not. I'm still here.
Like, actively
It's
putting my
been it's been fun, and it's been probably one of the highlights of my more recent life to have made so many friends, and definitely I'm definitely looking forward to more time and more interviews and more of you clowns. You're awesome. All the additions that have been on here, Mav. You stream now more than anybody on my YouTube feed ever, so I always know when you're on. Which,
Sorry.
so no, you're fine. Uh, Lord Cognito, I was only part of like a little circle, but I think what you did was you helped me expand my kind of like not tolerance. I wouldn't say that word, but like for lack of a better term, like you made me want to get out there and experience other YouTubers and see what they got, and always try them once, which is always a good thing, for someone that's kind of reclusive and always like in a little inner circle, which is a great uh compliment from me.
Oh, so you coming into your own. This is good to see. And shout out to
Yeah,
Clown platform, man. This is good to see. I love this kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. This how it's growth, and you can see it in everything you're doing. So salute to you. Salute back to you for that.
yeah, thank you, sir. Mom, hello, mom.
Yeah.
She started being more consistent on the show, and it's always a pleasure having you here. And you bring a certain what's the word posh to this podcast. So always a pleasure seeing you here, and I'll bring it back to clowns. Hope I don't know why I wanted to say that. I just wanted to say I feel like it's been overdue.
Nice.
Been on here for a few months, or what, 5, 6 months now. So I mean, it's been a great journey, and I'm looking forward to the next mile.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. I mean that means a lot, Midway. I still missed out when you hung out with Dredd. I wish I was able to go. Must have been a really fun time, especially with Dredd doing that break bro with Dredd, man. That was fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see you on the show, and I'm glad to see you evolve as a podcaster because you are a very talented speaker. You're very articulate, and you're fun to speak to about video games and stuff. And the jokes about golf with friends is just a lot of fun to have that back and forth. And I see you playing golf, PGA with a lot of people now, and it's awesome to see, man. And I just think that you're a very talented guy, and I'm surprised that you haven't podcasted sooner. And I'm glad that you met Dredd, and Dredd got you into it, and he was like, "Hey, Clowns, you gotta meet Midway. He's a cool dude." And I'm just glad for that opportunity, man. Like, I still remember Dreadpool's first podcast, and it's all about helping each other grow. And same thing, shout out to Mav too. He's done a lot since he started podcasting, and it's all about growth. That's what it's about. And I've seen Mama interact with a lot of people too. She's always very positive. She writes articles for Mohorn Gaming and interacts with Lady and GBTB. And it's just, the whole community is really full of positive people. And that's what I like to see because, on Twitter, sometimes you see that 1% that's always negative. It's because it's an echo chamber. That's all it is. It's an echo chamber. But everybody here and the people that follow them, all positive people. So I'm very grateful for everybody here. And even Iron Lords, man. Like, I had so much fun the first episode talking about Toys R Us. Oh god, that was a lot of fun, man. so I'm sorry for going long on the outros, but Mav, man, can you tell people what you're up to? You got your community game night. You got your wife is doing House Flipper. When you're not around, she's playing that, and she's probably taking your Xbox credit now, buying Sephora gift cards.
Yeah, man. She was so she was streaming yesterday, which like was out of nowhere. I was like, hey, okay, that's a thing now. Okay, so that's gonna become a thing, I guess. So be prepared, guys, for lots of House Flipper and The Sims and Halo. But hey, and also I want to mention, if Midway, if you and Clowns and Dreads are ever hanging out together, I can't fit with you guys because I will have beard shame the entire time. I would feel demasculinated, like walking around with you guys. I would have to wear a mask or something.
Hey,
I would have my COVID mask on, even if COVID doesn't exist, just to hide the fact that I don't have that beard. But
hey, ZZ Top's drummer has pretty much what you have. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
he's
right
still
on.
part of the band.
I got the Fred Durst thing going on. And hey, you are a super nice guy, Midway. I just wanted to point that out. Super glad that we got to do this together, because otherwise I wouldn't probably know you. You know what I mean? So it's been
Thank
good
you.
to know you like every week when we're doing this. Clowns is the godfather of respect, as I call him. Amazing dude, putting this show on every week, and it's awesome to see the growth of where this is going. And I am just super happy to be a small part of it. You guys can check out my channel. It's Fun Speculation on YouTube, on Twitter, Fun Speculation. Send me a tweet. Tell me what you think about some of the streams I have going on. I know I keep playing different stuff, starting new games. I don't finish anything. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. But I have a lot of fun with you guys in the chat, hanging out. And yeah, Friday nights we play games after the podcast, which is Xbox Ultimate is the podcast Friday nights. After that, we play games, me and my wife, usually Halo or some other stuff. So all you guys that are in here that are part of that, appreciate you checking out my channel and what we're doing over there. So thanks, Clowns.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's a shame that you can't stream Rock Band anymore because of the music in there. But if you did that, you could put the title Fred Durst Stunt Double plays Rock Band.
I would sing, actually, if we did Rock Band.
It'd be a tribute act.
I would be horrible, but I would love to sing. And if we could have guys like doing the drums and the guitar, that'd be amazing.
And last but not least, man, Mama, you bring a real fantastic point of view to the show, and you're very articulate and very knowledgeable about video games. And I know that you love Anthem, and I love Anthem, and Forkboy loves Anthem, and a lot of people at GBTB love Anthem. So
They do.
Yes.
I like
so,
Anthem.
Can you tell us where we can find you and what you've been up to?
Of course. I'm actually thinking of streaming again soon, so that's a thing. So if you want to follow me over at Twitch, it's That Mama Rocks. You can also find me over on Twitter, That Mama Rocks again. And I also write for mulehorngaming.com, and I've just had a new article go up yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm not sure, but yeah. I don't have much to say I've only just come to the podcast, so it's but this is my first time podcasting. I don't know if you remember, Clowns, but that first interview I did with you, that was my very first podcast. So
wow.
So I'm learning all the time about politics. It's something I've always wanted to do. So yeah. Thanks.
Well,
you should have heard my first podcast. You should have heard my first podcast with Clowns. I sounded monotoned, and I did not know what I was thinking to come out of my mouth. Like, it just wouldn't come out. So I for someone that experienced that, like, I could totally tell that that was your first, but you've grown a lot in the last month or so. I mean, you're coming on more and more, and you're definitely starting to let your personality shine.
Nice.
You know,
Keep it up.
and that's something that I like to see as well. And you know, even when we do those interviews, man, I get everybody in there that's never experienced that before, and it's so cool for people to have that experience. And you know, Cog, that's what I've always been about, is sharing the experience and the love for all this.
Got to. That's
So-
what it's about. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, why the heck do we do this if we're not having fun talking about what we're talking about, right? Like, why would we just, if we were just here talking trash about stuff constantly, like, who wants to do that?
I'm telling you, man.
No.
If I didn't enjoy this, I'd be DMing Clown saying he owes me money.
You know, and real quick shout out to a good person on the panel that can't be here this month because he's taking a break off and he wants everybody to know that his girlfriend moved in. He always talks about that. But Flamish, the Belgian sensation, he was very disappointed I didn't show off the Flamish dance last month. He likes it when I show off the that Flamish flair. Let me see if I have it. I don't know. Lord Kangyu, you ever see the Flamish dance?
I've not seen the Flamish dance. This is news to me.
Okay. It's
Are
okay
you
if you
watching
don't.
the YouTube channel?
Maybe missing out.
Are you watching the YouTube channel?
We good.
Because I can show the happy dance. There we
Oh,
go.
good.
There he goes. The Flemish dance. The Belgian sensation. The one and only.
We're on a little delay, so
Yeah, we're on a delay.
Yeah,
Just
just a little.
just waiting.
we'll get there.
Any minute now.
Good.
Where's Flamish? Is he late on the bus?
Oh, he's dancing on my screen.
There it is.
Late.
There it is. It's on the screen now.
He with the
Hey.
dance. Ben.
Flamish.
Okay. Boy with the dance moves.
Yeah, look at that. I think he could start a club.
Yo, it's,
I did tell you, clowns, when he told us that his girlfriend was moving in. I said, "Okay, that's the last we're gonna see of Flamish." And since
He
then,
called
he's been on a break, right?
Yeah, he's
He's
on a
been
break.
a little break. He's taking some
Break?
time away. We'll see. You know,
Hey, I'd be like, hey, Flamish, I thought your girl was okay with this. Why aren't you podcasting with us, huh?
yeah.
no, it's just straight delicious.
But you know, and shout out to the chat, man. You make this show what it is. You coming out, showing that love and that support. You know, every week coming out, talking to us, interacting with us, and everybody who comes by, everybody from Gamers United Guild and other shows. Love you, appreciate it, and I'll see everybody next week.